rut's going on up here, so a lot of does moving around and bucks were just chasing. The first night that we went out, we saw an assortment of deer. I mean, we were moving along and we see a buck bedded down. And he was close, and it was in a bog, and it was real thick. And you could just see the tips of his antlers.
Up, or try to. All right.
Now I'm scanning through the grass, and right there in the middle of that grass, I see this antler.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Hold up. Stay on him, stay on him. Normally you can't get him to stand up.
Wow.
No, I mean you can't get him to move in that bog. That was a nice buck.
That's a beast. That's what I want to chase.
That's a big deer.
That was huge. That was pretty cool to see.
Seriously, I've never had him bolt out of there like that before. They normally just stand there and look at you and that stuff.
We're here in Michigan at the Muy Grande Ranch and Resort, and this place really lives up to its name. Lying on 2,000 acres of wooded wildland west of Lake Huron, Muy Grande over the last 20 years has become one of the foremost whitetail destinations in the country, if not the world, with 170-plus bucks the norm. You know, I go on so many hunts here with Grateful Nation, and we have all kinds of facilities and places. Some are more rustic than others, and some are more resort-like than others. And this is definitely on that upper echelon of the resorts. But I tell you what, it certainly will get you spoiled, I would say, for the amenities that they have here, and also the deer. And we're here with Sergeant First Class Joe Kapacziewski and his wife, Kimberly, and his two boys. They both have cowboy names. There's Wyatt, like Wyatt Earp, and then there's Cody, like Buffalo Bill Cody. And these kids are just great. I mean, I'm very honored that this is our first show where we've actually had the family of one of our wounded service members.
This hunt kind of took place. We have a member here from Muy Grande, lives in California, and donated part of his hunt that he gets every year for free here to an SCI chapter out in California. And so he donated this hunt package, and one of the great members of that SCI chapter bought this hunt, felt compelled to give it away to an injured war vet. And that's how Joe got up here. And he brought his wife, Kim, and his two young sons, Wyatt and Cody. And you know, I'm a firm believer, you know, obviously these vets give up a lot for us. But I think the wife, the one left behind to handle the kids in the home, also give up a lot too. And so I put my best foot forward and make sure she got her pedicure and her massage and was taken care of here at Muy Grande. It really kind of fits our environment of who we are and what we do. And you know, their whole family seemed like they had a great time, and boy did we enjoy having them.
It's been such a great experience, and to be able to have the children here with us, even better. We have not got a lot of time to be as a family and get to play. We've gone on walks each day, and the boys have been able to play on the playground with Joe, and we were actually on a seesaw yesterday that I wasn't sure that we were all going to make it out alive. But just to be able to have these times and these memories, really just, they're unmatched. Down. Good job. Whoa, Marshmallow Man might fall in the water.
Michigan's famed Muy Grande Ranch and Resort, Sergeant First Class Joe Kapacziewski's already pushed a beast of a whitetail buck out of its bed in a bog. Now, it's day 2 of 3, and a new strategy's forming. We come down off this one hill, and as we come down, Joe has great eyes. There's like a little cherry thicket, and to be honest with you, I saw nothing, because as we're walking by, and Joe's like looking, and he stops and he goes, "There's a deer."
Where do they see his horns?
looked in there and I refocused my Weaver binoculars, all of a sudden I refocused on the other side, and all of a sudden I saw the deer. And nice deer.
The first deer that we saw that we put a stalk on, we saw him down bedded against a tree, so we sort of huddled up, came up with a game plan, and we started to walk through the woods after him. We got just below a ridge, and we were peeked over the ridge, and he was still bedded down up against this tree, but it didn't offer a great shot. So we tried to sneak around a little bit, but there were a lot of dry leaves on the ground, and we started to make a little bit of noise. He sort of onto us a little bit, so we crawled up. I got the rifle up against the log, and he actually jumped up out of his bed. We just couldn't get in on him. He was a beautiful deer. He wasn't real wide, but he was really, really tall. He was massive. He had a bunch of stickers on him, and just a real unique looking deer.
Days from the end of his 5th deployment to a theater of war, Joe Kapacziewski's fate took a wrenching turn as a live grenade landed inside his vehicle, resulting in arduous years of painful rehabilitation to test his courage. I first read an article about Joe Kapacziewski, and he'd lost his right leg after his 5th deployment on the Global War on Terror.
It was about 2 days before we were coming home. We're short time, and we got 48 hours left on the ground, and we got spun up during the daylight hours, and we were going after a high-value individual. We drove out, and we're looking for this guy, and we're going underneath of an overpass, and we were ambushed. And unfortunately, a grenade came through and landed inside the vehicle. The first reaction is to get alarms fire at the time. It was tough. I knew I was banged up, but there were other guys that were banged up just as bad. When I was doing limb salvage, it was probably the darkest time in my life. I was miserable. I was always in pain. And I wanted to be better. I wanted to get better. I wanted to be able to walk. I wanted to be able to run. And I tried to save my leg for about 18 months, and then I had to have it amputated.
Joe makes it look really easy, and Joe doesn't let people see how tough it is. He has a lot of phantom pains. He doesn't talk about them. He has nerve issues, so it's life-changing. He can't just get up and walk to the bathroom in the middle of the night. It's a deal. He's got to put on all kinds of stuff on his leg and get ready to go, and he just has pain every day. He takes a lot of antibiotics to keep his leg in working condition at all times. It's just not optimum conditions to wear that leg. Your body, your skin isn't meant to wear something on it at all times.
Along with all the other amenities found at Muy Grande Ranch, the Clays course sharpens wing shooting skills, as well as providing an outlet for some friendly competition.
And pull!
Oh, that's how we're playing, huh? Pull!
Oh!
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Nice. Pull!
Whoa! All right, we're tied.
Pull!
Should we put a little turbine on that?
I think so. A little Spanglish.
Whoa! Ah, that one got away.
Pull!
Having come to the end of our shells, it's down to an old-style shootout to crown the champion.
All right, last shell. Here we go. I'll call.
Yep, on you.
We don't know where Ben's gonna give it. Whoa!
Veteran Army Ranger Joe Kapacziewski is showing that he's more than capable of overcoming his injuries and enjoying to the fullest the hunting for monster bucks on this third day at Michigan's Muy Grande Ranch and Resort.
You know, we were trying to do spot and stalk, and we were having great success seeing a lot of deer. And one night, Perry said, "Hey, let's go sit out above this cornfield." And I was like, "Hey, let's do it." He's like, "We'll try to grunt and rattle one up." And I thought it was awesome because in Georgia, we don't really get a great opportunity to do that just because the woods are so thick. I've never had success. So it was really neat. We sat up on this little hillside overlooking a cornfield, and Perry started to grunt and rattle.
I see a nice buck up on the hillside coming down. So we watch him work his way down.
That's a small one.
He got pretty close to us, but he was just a little bit too small. Perry aged him at maybe 2.5 years old and just a little bit immature for what we were looking for.
You let a deer like that go another year or two, and with his frame, already a mainframe 8 looking to be a 10, probably going to be a 180 class deer next year already as a 3-year-old. So we'll let him grow up and become what we're looking for.
He sure is pretty.
Joe and I were kind of watching off into this one field, and probably about a half hour later as we're there, thinking, man, and there's does off to our left, we've got a couple down the field. All of a sudden, a couple does come down off to our right down to the field.
Here comes some does.
Yeah, I see it. I think there's a couple more up the field working towards us as well.
All right. Here he comes.
Holy cow.
Get your gun up, that's gonna be a shooter for us.
I saw him come up over the ridge, but I couldn't really react because it was the biggest deer I'd ever seen. And this buck comes over the ridge at a trot and came right into this field and started to check on the does, and then he started to feed a little bit.
Just wait until he turns broadside. Don't shoot him head on.
I could hear Joe breathing over here. Hear him kind of just getting a little nervous, get a little buck fever, and Perry's telling him as soon as that deer turns sideways, you get a broadside shot. You're gonna take the shot.
About 75 yards when he turns broadside, take him, okay?
Okay.
So they're looking at me, and as they started to turn to take off, I got set up. The buck, he hesitated for 1 second too long.
He's down. He's down, man.
Bam.
He didn't move at all.
No, we're not going to have to track him, are we?
No. Well, that's how I would expect our armed forces
man.
to shoot, man.
Oh man.
That was amazing.
Was this tree
deer.
shaking with my heart beating that fast? Man, he is a stud. Oh man, this was such a good evening out here.
Yep.
This was a lot of fun.
I was elated. I was excited. I wanted to laugh and cry all at the same time, and I just wanted to get up to him and get my hands on him.
So is this going to make your trophy wall, Joe?
You betcha. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest buck I've ever shot.
Yeah.
Oh, holy cow. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
He's not going anywhere. Wow.
It's got
Look
some
at that.
trash down. Nice. Nice. Look at that.
Wow, he's got a bunch of trash on him and everything. Man.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He broke 2 off. That would have been scoreable. But anyhow, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's none around back here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So is this bigger than anyone?
By far.
Yeah, yeah.
By far the biggest whitetail I've ever shot. And he is gnarly looking. You know, I mean, that mainframe 8, but with all these little stickers, just
Yeah.
add a lot of character to him.
Yeah.
He is cool, but I mean, the body on this guy is unbelievable.
What a pretty
He is
coat.
just,
What a
he
pretty
is a
coat.
hoss. He's definitely been eating good.
I love that mass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yeah.
all the way through, you know, from his bases all the way
Yeah.
up through.
Big northern deer, you know, absolutely.
Look like he's been fighting a little bit, gotten
Yeah.
scarred up.
Yeah.
Man, that's beautiful. It's been a great day, huh?
It was. No, this has been a phenomenal
What do you
day.
think of Muy Grande?
Muy Grande.
Is it living up to its name?
You betcha.
It was just very exciting because it was such a beautiful evening out there, you know, and I mean, I was with a great bunch of guys between Perry and Tim and our cameraman John. It was a phenomenal experience and it was a lot of fun.
To see him be able to come to a facility like the Muy Grande Ranch and to be able to hunt these amazing deer and get to kill one of these amazing deer and to get to take one of these guys home and put him on our wall for the memories that we've made here, it's unbeatable.
Here's a guy who's back in the fight who didn't let the loss of his leg stop him from being a United States Army Ranger. To be part of this hunt and having a grateful nation, you know, it's just very special to me.